What's up, guys? Sand7 here, and yeah, there it is, Niggy and Friends. Gotta love it. Finally spelled the base out. But first, take a look at this. This is our first soldier right here. Well, hi y'all, AJ, better known as Tim. First soldier, and I figured what better video to open with this absolutely incredible Dungeon 8 run of his. Sent this video to our kill chat line. I was like, wow, are you kidding me? It's just absolutely incredible. It is a 16-second run, Dungeon 8. Skull 11 for 37 shards. All right, you can see right here, he's just going to drop the Pumpkin Duke right there. This is the line. Drop that drop the GA, the Frenzy, and from there, it's just over. Pumpkin Duke with, a quad stack plus that GA and all the Cupid buffing. Look at this. Watch Spirit Mage proc. Oh, all over. And the drop. Gotta love it. What an absolutely incredible run. You can see right there, there's base. All right, let's go ahead and get back to it because this video is really all about dungeons and Dungeon 8 because, well, my Pumpkin Duke needs to go up. Now, you see right there, White Knight Smurf Guild. That's where my second account is going to be going. And I'll have a video for you later with a new base on there for the competition that we are running in Niggy and Friends. But, all right, first, Pumpkin Duke. Got to get him to 6 and 9. Getting that skill up is really, really crucial. And I'm so close right there. And I was like, I'm going to go farm some dungeons. It's been a while. I've been bad about getting to the dungeons. Just haven't had time. You can see right there, well, I don't have too many shards, so we're going to just pop in here. What I'm going to do is instead of doing the same dungeon over and over again, which just gets boring, I'm going to do just some different dungeons. And I've heard that IGG has confirmed that the shard drop rate is lower when you do the same dungeon over and over and over again. All right, so I'm going to do some different dungeons. Basically, I got 6 of them here for you, and this is the first one. And basically, my thought process is here. I don't really know the lines on the other dungeons. I have not done them enough, but basically what I'm going through is where do I want to open? And what I'm thinking is I can open against Paladin with Druid. I don't have to use GA. I can basically, my whole goal is to get Pumpkin Duke to proc before I get into anything against a bunch of heroes against them and have to drop the GA. That's my goal, because I don't have a revitalized Pumpkin Duke. It's going to be different if you do have a revitalized Pumpkin Duke where you can open and where you can't. But you can see right there, I dropped Druid. I did have to use the Restoration. And then as soon as I get through, Pumpkin Duke had already procced. I get to drop the GA right there when the other heroes came out. And from there, Pumpkin Duke's going to go off. And I almost lose him here, but he gets by. No worries. And once Pumpkin Duke gets that stack going, that Celebrate stacked up, I mean, it's just over. You can see right there the rest of the base. There are no heroes left, and it's just mop-up time. We're just going to run around in a circle all together and take care of it. And from there, I'm going to be able to move on to the next dungeon and try it all over again. But basically, my thought process and what I generally try to do is I open with a line that's going to give me a chance to get Pumpkin Duke's proc off before I hit a whole bunch of aggro in a dungeon. That's generally how I open. And if I open on a line that takes, all a troop camp and a Spirit Mage right off the bat, usually I can't get to that Spirit Mage. All right, here we go. We got 40 shards, and this is an interesting dungeon because you can see it's very similar shape. It's symmetrical, and what I'm thinking is, well, I can open on the left side, and I have done this dungeon a few times, so this is a line that I have always liked. And what I do is I'm going to open with Druid, and I'm going to make sure to start with Druid because he's a ranged hero. I put Druid out, and then from there, you can watch all the troops come to me. And then I'm going to drop Spirit Mage. I'm going to hold off on Pumpkin Duke. Now, I'm holding off on Pumpkin Duke because those towers right there, I don't want him taking aggro, and I don't want him taking the aggro of the Paladin. Even though he could have taken the aggro of the Paladin right there, it seems like it would be fine. I don't know. I have not run this dungeon a whole bunch of times, but I know the tower aggro and that Paladin will kill a level 125 Pumpkin Duke. And from there, it's just timing the rest of my spells, which, yeah, it's a learning experience, and I'm going to make mistakes with it, trying new dungeons over, but you can see Pumpkin Duke's going to be out in front. I'm pretty much always going to be dropping the GA for Pumpkin Duke. And the Restoration, well, probably didn't need it, but you see Ninja, Pumpkin Duke just one shot of the Ninja. I was worried about that. I was like, oh no, Ninja's running, but nah, my boy Thunder God's got me. From there, well, Pumpkin Duke, because he's constantly taking aggro, mine has a 5-5 sprint. He's always going to be out in front. But he is going to be stacking that buff constantly. So as long as I can keep him alive, my boy right there, well, he'll take care of business. No drop on that one, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and grab the 2 spells because it's definitely most efficient to find dungeons you can do with just Restoration and just GA. And we're just head back in here and, well, basically just pick another one. And the 37 shard dungeon, yeah, this is the dungeon I generally do. And like I said, I can't drop, because I don't have a Relight Pumpkin Duke, I can't drop in that corner right there where Tim was able to drop. Basically, if I do there, all my heroes end up dead very quickly, because I need the extra time to get my Pumpkin Duke to his Celebrate. You can see right there, almost there, the GA drops, and from there, that Celebrate's going to get off, and I'm fine once that Celebrate gets off right here. All good. Now, I do have to use a Restoration here occasionally. I never had to before the last Might update, which it's just kind of weird how some of it changes, but it happens, so no big deal. You know, a Restoration here and there is not a big deal, 6,000 gold. And from there, well, I'm going to just go ahead and clean up the rest of this dungeon. Spirit Mage is going to proc and just about kill everything as usual, and do get the drop. Very nice. Now, another thing, if you're wanting to get shards, if you're wanting to level a hero up, basically, instead, you know, you're thinking, well, I'm just going to roll a bunch of gems and get, no, the most efficient way to get shards is to use the gems on gem refreshes. You, basically, I'm going to get, what is it, 112 shards in 10 minutes. This was my dungeon session, 112 shards, 10 minutes, just rotating dungeons, because once you are able to farm a few different dungeons, you can start rotating them. Now, in this one, what I'm thinking is, where can I open with Pumpkin Duke and get that Celebrate off? And what I was thinking is, well, I can open on the top. I can just, there's, you know, I don't need to drop Druid in yet. You know, there's not a ton of towers. He's not going to be taking aggro from that. So I go ahead and drop my 2 buffing heroes. And what I'm going to do is just wait till right before they're both of them about to proc, get everybody else in. Now we're all in, all the stacks, you know, all the buffs going off. Drop the GA with the heroes coming in as soon as they take aggro right there. And from there, well, it's just going to be timing the Restoration. Spirit Mage just getting eaten alive by Thunder God on the bottom. And, well, line chat, not too many notices going off lately, which has been nice. But, all right, there we go. From there, well, it's just mop-up time. Because once the heroes are gone, you see on the bottom, I saw Pumpkin Duke, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose him, but no. Thunder God. Gotta love that stun, right? So, well, it's mop-up duty from there. Got a couple more for you, I think. I believe it's 2 more. And basically, it's going to be the same philosophy where I'm finding a line where I can basically drop everybody and get that Pumpkin Duke Celebrate going. All right, now here we go on this one. I was thinking about dropping low, but I have lost all my heroes a few times while dropping low and haven't perfected it yet. This is one that I was doing a long time ago, dropping high and using Frenzy. Now, of course, I don't have to use Frenzy with the extra levels, but I am going to go ahead and just drop high again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Pumpkin Duke here because I'm able to drop that GA right away, and it's 2 heroes right off the bat. If there was a troop camp up top, I would not be able to drop my Pumpkin Duke there because it's too many troops, which basically the absorption of it. The same reason I like to use Guardians in Here Be Monsters, because the simple absorption of it will take time. And from there, it's timing that Restoration on Pumpkin Duke again. He's going to hit that troop camp. And I saw Ninja, I was like, oh no, I'm done. Oh, but Thunder God again, right? Wow, he was just saving my ass the whole time when I was doing these dungeon runs, because I wasn't even planning on doing a video on this recording. I just happened to turn the recorder on, and well, they started doing, or basically, I just went through the dungeons pretty easily, and I was like, okay, well, this seems like a good video, perfect to open with Tim being the first soldier for Niggy and Friends to show his dungeon run. So, worked out. All right, well, I've got one more for you. I believe this is the last one, and well, this is actually maybe I have one more. Yeah, I actually got 2 more for you. Or do I? I don't know. Hold on, guys. I do apologize. All right, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and move into this one, 36, and this is the last one. This is a dungeon I used to also do as well and use Frenzy, and I would always open up top. Well, battery dying as usual, but my strategy here is the really important thing to do is when I drop Druid, I have to wait to drop my other heroes. Because of my melee heroes, if I drop them too early, they're going to run out closer to that troop camp right there and pick up Ninja and Paladin too early. By waiting, Ninja and Paladin come out later, my Celebrate's already going, I drop that GA, and, well, just clean up from there. Except on this one, unfortunately, I lose a couple heroes, but I got lucky not to lose everyone. That Restoration, shouldn't have used it there, didn't really need it, but you can see Thunder God just taking care of Champ, no worries, but that Spirit Mage. Oh, look, I was so worried because the Spirit Mage procs at level 178, all my heroes are dead. Every time she kills all my heroes, I saw that, and I was like, oh, but Thunder God again. It's like, all right, well, at least I'm going to get the 100%, lose a couple heroes, grab the whole bunch of shards, and these are the 6 dungeons that I'm basically just going to rotate through. They all pay well, and it's just nice for a change. Instead of just doing the same dungeon over and over and over again, I absolutely love the fact that all the dungeons in Dungeon 8 are Skull Dungeons -1 at the end. So that's, really nice, and I do like that. There's 36 shards. I'm going to go ahead in here and refill the magic. And, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy the slime for Pumpkin Duke. I'm still a little ways off, and basically after I finish this video, I'm going to get back to it and shard farm some more. So I will have this by the end of today. And you can see right there, go ahead and buy that slime. And I'm going to go ahead and consume the slime. So there it is. Only 13,000 away, and I'll have that 6 and 9 on Pumpkin Duke. Can't wait for it. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Sand7 out.